Yo, what's going on? Lone Wolf back at it again. Your Fantasy Baller Series Season 7 coming at you live action. A lot of off-season moves. People looking to build super teams and win championships coming up. Let's check out the boys and see what team they play for now. Blake still has 1 year left on his rookie contract. Joey signs a 4-year extension in Chicago worth $145 million. Lorenzo on his last year on his rookie contract. Seth returning to the Clippers on a 1-year deal. Eli Peterson signs a 3-year deal with the Hawaii Hanu worth $106 million. Tony Marrier in his final year in Sacramento. Derek Banks still has a 3-year contract here in New York. Jack in the final year in his contract in Kansas City. Perry signs a 4-year extension worth $148 million with the Cincinnati Lions. Matthew Sanchez will form a super team in Denver with Nikola Jokic and Michael Porter Jr. on a 1-year contract. Eric is in the final year in his contract. Josh is in the final year of his contract. Chris with 1 year left in his contract in San Antonio worth $33 million. Joseph with 2 years left in his contract with the Seattle Supersonics. Jesus Martinez signing a 3-year deal worth $109 million with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Vishal's in his final year in his rookie contract. And Kelrick Poksha has 2 years left on his contract with the Warriors. Carter Stump signing a big offseason deal, 4 years worth $150 million to stay with the Washington Wizards. Alright guys, you already know what time it is. It's time to get to the All-Star selection, and we'll see if any of the boys made it this year. Let's get to it. The All-Star captains have been announced, and it's now time to pick teams. NBA All-Star 2026, Team Nikola, Team Giannis. Let's see if any of the boys made it. And for the first time ever, we have an all-star starter, Eli Peterson, with his first appearance. And on the reserves, 2-time all-star Matthew Sanchez. And Seth makes a team for the first time. Congratulations to Eli, Matthew, and Seth. And in this year's Rising Stars game, Blake Miller makes Team USA and drops a phenomenal 29 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1 block. Josh also making the team with 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 block. Lorenzo and Eric playing for Team World in the Rising Stars game. Lorenzo with 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and Eric with 6 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. And in your All-Star game, Eli will drop 6 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Matthew Sanchez will get in the game and get 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And Seth only getting a little bit of playing time, but still made the All-Star game with 1 rebound and 2 assists. Congratulations to Matt, Eli, and Seth for making the All-Star team. Now let's get to the end of the year and see those awards and stats. And that wraps up the 2026 season. Your most valuable player, Giannis Antetokounmpo, with 33 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Rookie of the Year, Willis Webber from the Cincinnati Lions with 15 points, 16 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Sixth Man of the Year from Seattle Supersonics, William Duncan with 19 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.5 steals. Defensive Player of the Year, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And your most improved player goes to Eli Peterson, switching teams and picking up all the stats, dropping 23 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, and 1.5 blocks. This man averaged a triple-double. And your Coach of the Year, Taylor Jenkins. Eli Peterson and Perry Nera making All-NBA first team. Matthew Sanchez takes the honors on All-NBA second team. Seth and Carter will take All-NBA third team honors. And you already know what time it is. All defensive first team, Derek Banks. And again, all defensive second team, Matthew Sanchez. Alright, now let's check out those end of the year stats. Blake Miller picking it up big time this year to 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.5 steals. Joey averaging 18 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.5 blocks this year. Lorenzo putting up 13.5 points, 7 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1 steal. Seth going for 17.5 points, 14 rebounds, 8.5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks this year for the Clippers. And there's your most improved player. Check out from last year to this year, picking it up everywhere. Congratulations to Eli Peterson. Tony putting up 15 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal this year. Derek putting up 15.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1.5 blocks. Jack finishes the year with 13 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Perry puts up 22.5 points, 16 rebounds, 7.5 assists, 1.5 steals, and 2 blocks. Matthew putting up 20 points, 9.5 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Wow, look at Eric with the tremendous increase from last year to this year with 13 points, 8 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1.5 blocks. Josh finishes the year with 12 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Christian ending the year with 19 points, 7.5 rebounds, 8.5 assists, 1 steal. Joseph this season putting up 16 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. The Juice Man throwing up 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Vishal putting up 20 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 steal, and 1 block. Kellerick putting up 13 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.5 steals. And Carter putting up 21 points, 10 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1 block. And here we are, it's playoff action, first round. Let's look at these matchups. We got the 1-seeded Minnesota Timberwolves against the 8-seeded Memphis Grizzlies. Joseph Landeros and the Seattle Supersonics make it as a 4th seed this year and going up against the 5th-seeded Portland Trailblazers. KP and Vashal making the playoffs again as a 6th seed with Golden State going against the 3-seeded Vancouver Kodiaks. And we have a nice matchup right here. The 2-seeded Denver Nuggets with Matthew Sanchez will go up against the 7-seeded Clippers with Seth Giles. And we have a great matchup here in the East. Number 1-seeded New York Knicks and their leader Derek Banks will take on the 8th-seeded Milwaukee Bucks and Blake Miller. The 4-seeded 76ers will take on the 5th-seeded Toronto Raptors. Eli Peterson again making the playoffs with Hawaii Hanu as a 3-seed going against the Charlotte Hornets as a 6-seed. And to wrap it up, Cleveland as a 2-seed will go up against the Brooklyn Nets 7-seed. Yes sir, you know what time it is. Playoff action, let's go! Here in Game 5, Joseph Landeros and the Seattle Supersonics will easily take care of the reigning, defending NBA champions, Portland Trailblazers. It looks like no Eli, no championship. Congratulations to Joseph as he moves on to the next round. And here in Game 5, the Clippers are no match for Denver as they will go down. Matthew Sanchez and the Denver Nuggets will move on to the next round. Sorry Seth, your journey ends here. And here in your Game 7 winner go-home matchup, Eli Peterson and the Hawaii Hanu will move on to the second round as they defeat the Charlotte Hornets. It's Game 7 here, winner go home for the Golden State Warriors, down by 6. KP and Vashal trying to stay alive. Jeffries with the mid-range gets it. Mariah to the corner, open 3 gets it. You can't leave Joe Harris open. Golden State looking for a quick bucket. Curry floater. Jeffries looking for something. Gonna lay it up. Oh man, no one can stop Jeffries right now. And that's gonna do it, folks. Joe Harris is gonna dribble out the clock. The Kodiaks will eliminate the Golden State Warriors and move on to the second round of the playoffs. I'm sure we will see KP and Vashal in the future. Game 7 winner go home here in New York. Derek Banks up by a lot, and this game is a wrap. The New York Knicks will move on to the second round, and Blake Miller and the Milwaukee Bucks will go home. Sorry, bud. Your journey ends here. And there you have it. Your first round is a wrap. The 8th-seeded Memphis Grizzlies will take out the 1-seeded Minnesota Timberwolves. Joseph and the Seattle Supersonics will take out Portland. The Kodiaks will take out Golden State in 7. Denver will easily take care of the Clippers in 5. There is no doubt that Derek was letting the 1-seeded New York Knicks lose to the 8-seeded Milwaukee Bucks. Philadelphia easily defeats Toronto in 5. Eli Peterson was able to pull it out in Game 7 against the Charlotte Hornets. Cleveland will sweep Brooklyn. And here's your second round matchup. Joseph Landeros and the Seattle Supersonics will go up against the 8th-seeded Memphis Grizzlies. Matthew Sanchez and his Denver Nuggets will go up against Vancouver Kodiaks. Derek Banks and the New York Knicks will face off against the Philadelphia 76ers. And Eli Peterson and the Hawaii Hanu will go up against the 2-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's get to some second round action. The Knicks trying to sweep the 76ers in 4. Let's see if they can pull it out here. Only up by 6. And New York up 8 here in Game 4. Looks like they're going to go ahead and sweep the 76ers. But I've seen stranger things happen before. As we see a 3 go up and no, nothing there. And New York's going to go ahead and seal the deal here. As Derek Banks will move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Here in Game 5, Hawaii leading, looking to close the game as the Cavaliers score, but it might be too late here. Eli Peterson and the Hawaii Hanu will move on to the Eastern Conference Finals to go up against the deadly defensive New York Knicks and their leader, Derek Banks. What a matchup to see. Game 7, Denver up by 7, trying to advance to the Western Conference Finals. Let's see if they can hold this lead here. Murray behind the back, gets past, gets a little floater up, and he gets it. Cuts the lead to 5. It looks like it's all over here as they're going to just chunk up a shot, I think. And the Denver Nuggets will move on to the Western Conference Finals. And here we are at the Conference Finals, and it doesn't get more epic than this, as we have the number 1 seed New York Knicks with Derek Banks going against last year's NBA champion Eli Peterson and the Hawaii Hanu to move on to the NBA Finals. And in the West, we got Joseph Landeros making it for the very first time and not missing a beat, as he will try to take down Matthew Sanchez and the Denver Nuggets to make it to the NBA Finals. But Matt's been there before, and he's looking to do it again. Let's get to some conference finals action. And we have some bad news in that last series. Matthew Sanchez went ahead and tore his left MCL, and he is out for this season. And without Matthew Sanchez, there was nothing to be seen. Joseph Landeros easily taking out the Denver Nuggets in 5s as he advances to the NBA Finals. Game 6, New York with a 3-2 lead. Derek Banks trying to advance to the NBA Finals, eliminating Eli Peterson. But Hawaii not going away just yet. Let's see if Derek Banks can hold this lead. He's looking, he's not past, he's going to shoot it, gets it. New York up 4. 16 seconds left. And there you have it, folks. New York will move on to the NBA Finals. And here are your conference finals results. Seattle will take out the injured Denver Nuggets in 5. And New York will take care of Hawaii in 6. Well, look who it is. Derek Banks versus Joseph Landeros. New York Knicks versus Seattle Supersonics. We have here one epic finals matchup. Let's see who will become the king of the fantasy ballers. Game 5 NBA Finals. Seattle up 3-1. Trying to eliminate the Knicks here up 2. Can they do it? Joseph's going to have to pull here. Gets a 3 off. No good. Offensive rebound layup and 1. Seattle up 5. Winslow to Burke. Burke puts up a 3. No good. And the New York Knicks couldn't pull it out. Derek Banks making it all the way to the NBA Finals. A long journey for him, but he comes up short to Joseph Landeros and the Seattle Supersonics. Joseph's been working very hard for years and years, asking for better teammates, asking for a new team, asking for a trade, but he's stuck around, and look at him now. He's an NBA champion. And there you have it, folks. There's your champions, the Seattle Supersonics. Your finals MVP, Joseph Landeros. In the end, it looked to be too easy for Joseph Landeros and the Seattle Supersonics. Your finals MVP, Joseph Landeros with 20 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.5 blocks. Now let's check out those playoff stats for the boys. Blake will put up 15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 steals in the playoffs. Seth will average 16 points, 16 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks in the playoffs. Eli Peterson will average 19.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, 10.5 assists, 2 steals, and 1.5 blocks in the playoffs. Derek Banks will average 11.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1.5 blocks in the playoffs. Matthew Sanchez will average 20 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 steals before he got hurt. Your finals MVP will average 16.5 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. K. Polk will average 7 points, 4.5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2.5 steals, and 1 block. Vishal will average 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals in the playoffs. And there you have it, folks. Season 7 is a wrap. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Lone Wolf out.